Hello everybody, welcome to this video. Casey from Rocket Digital Marketing here, and I have a practical offline marketing tactic that small local businesses can use without having to do any social media, without having to have a website, without any of that jazz, that can work, and it's tangible and it's practical and you can do it today. And I wanted to make this video simply because number one, this strategy is really cool. It's super cool. And number two, obviously, I specialize in digital marketing, which is all the online marketing. And, a lot of the reason why a lot of businesses want to work with me is because that's really overwhelming to them. Obviously, sometimes they just don't have time, but you might be in that position where you're like, I don't even have a website, which I hear a lot, and the tech overwhelms me and I just want to work, right? So, and that's great. This is for you. It's for everybody else too, but definitely if you're looking for an offline strategy that still works today in the real world, this one's cool. And so this particular strategy is specifically useful for local businesses that are servicing a customer base, have a brick and mortar location, and you're servicing your customer base within a 3, 5, 10, 15, 30 mile radius, like restaurants or chiropractors, dentists, landscaping services, beauty salons, nail salons, tanning salons, anything of this kind of nature. And so I started my first business in 2000, and it was a cleaning company, right? A service-based business like what we're talking about here. And I had a mileage radius that I would go and service clients in. I built that entire business off of money mailer coupons that would come out. These things still exist. They come out into your mailbox, and you get this envelope packed full of 50 or 100 coupons of all these businesses, roofers, and all these things that are giving you discounts, coupons to do business with them. And that's what I used, and I knew when those mailers were going out, and they'd go to a zip code at a time. It'd be 8 or 10,000 units roughly per send, and I knew the day they were going to hit the homes, and my phone was going to be ringing, and I'd just be ready, sitting by my phone with my, ready to take notes, ready to talk to people and get it figured out, because all those leads would come in. I'd get maybe 10 or 20 leads, and then I'd set up consultations, or I'd go out and scout out the venue, the home, to be cleaned, and land a few new clients. So there was a time before the internet kind of blew everything up where direct mail marketing was the thing to do, and that's what everybody did. Then this shift happened to where now everything is online. Right? If you were going digital and you were doing email marketing, for example, in the early 2000s or in the late 90s, you were a pioneer. You were so far ahead of the curve. Nobody else was doing it. You were so far out in front of the pack. And so if you were doing email marketing at that time, then you were having email open rates of, like 80%. It was crazy. Now everybody does email marketing because it is still effective, just to be clear. But open rates, a successful open rate on emails now is like in the 20% range. Is considered really successful. If you can get to 20-30% of your emails open, that's considered just rock star status. So what does that mean? What that means is that the crowd, right, the whole crowd has gone from the old school direct mail model to everybody's online and everybody's doing email. So what can you predict from that? You can conclude that direct mail has now become the white space. Direct mail has now become the place to reach your consumers in a way where you're going to get their attention because nobody's there. Nobody else is there, right? You'll still get these value packs with the coupons and things. Obviously I'm pretty sure there's going to be junk mail until the end of time, right? I feel so bad every time I get all this stuff in the mail. I think I just got some today and I'm just throwing it away. I'm like, God, can we kill any more trees with your ads that you're sending me? I don't know. And I'm not targeted. I'm not going to buy these women's clothes, I don't think. So anyway, this strategy revolves around that. And so it's old school. It's something everybody's familiar with. If you're not a techie, if you're non-digital, this is going to be right up your alley. So I'm actually going to go to my computer because for this strategy, we do need to implement, we've got to go to one website. but it's not Facebook, it's not anything else. And so I'm actually going to hop on my computer and I'll show you exactly where to go and what buttons to click. Super simple. And here's what we're going to do. Going to this website and doing what I'm going to show you on my computer, we're going to identify the people who have recently moved into the neighborhood, into your neighborhood or your radius. And you can choose however big of a radius it is that you service, and find out who these people are that have moved into this area or are going to be moving into this area. And before they even move into their house, before they even get there, you're going to have a specialized flyer that you've made for them in their mailbox, their hard mailbox. And what is going to be on this flyer? This is what's going to be on this flyer. This is amazing. You're adding great value and positioning yourself as an authority and as someone that can help them, and positioning yourself as a friend, a useful resource. So when, as you know, anytime you've moved into a new neighborhood, all of a sudden you have to recalibrate, right? You're like, well, when I was in my old neighborhood or my old city or my old state or country, I knew where everything was and I knew who to do business with and I knew where I was going. But when you move to a new place, now what? Now who's going to be your auto mechanic? You're nervous already, right? I don't know. I have to find a dentist. I have to find a mechanic. I have to find a daycare for my kids. Where are the good restaurants to eat? All these types of things, right? So now naturally, people can go, again, they can go online and do all the research themselves, and they can find these things out on the online review platforms and Facebook and Google and all that. So yes, they can do this, but you're going to beat them to the punch, and you're going to provide value for them, and you're going to build that know, like, and trust factor that you need with your prospective customers for them to want to come do business with you because they know, like, and trust you, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to create a flyer, just a regular 8x10, right, 8x11 piece of paper. Nothing fancy. On one side of it, we're going to put the information about your business, just so they know who this flyer is coming from. It's coming from you. And you're going to let them know, hey, welcome to the neighborhood. You know, my name is da-da-da-da, and I'm the owner of such and such business, or whatever makes sense for you. And here's a little bit about our company or our business or what we do, and here's what we specialize in, la-di-da-di-da-di-da. This is about you. We wanted to make this welcoming you to the neighborhood and make this flyer for you because we know how challenging it is to move into a new neighborhood. We wanted to welcome you to the neighborhood or city or whatever. And on the back side of this flyer that we've made for you, we've listed all of the local businesses that we've vetted, that we know new people of the neighborhood usually are looking for, and we've listed all of them out for you of what we recommend, and we hope this is really helpful. And oh, by the way, if you want to come in, you can get such and such offer. You can place a call to action and an offer on there, you know, depending on what your business is. If you need help with XYZ, you can call us at this number or whatever, and give one clear, concise call to action. So the more personal, the whole idea of this is making it very personal. So in this case, at least in the way I'm going to show you, you're not going to know their name, so you're not going to be able to address it to them. You'd have to put homeowner or whatever, but you'll have their mailing address. So aside from that, the more personal you can make this, meaning of you and being, you know, warm to this person. For example, maybe in your if you're a local business and maybe you have a part-time employee that works for you at your business, maybe at your nail salon, and then on the weekends she's also a bartender over at this place, for example, right? Well, you would want to put that on the flyer. Oh, you can go into, you know, such and such bar and say hi to Tracy. She works here at the nail salon with us, and she works on the weekends at this bar, and you're just going to love her, and la-di-da. You see what I'm saying? You know where I'm going with this. So you want to put businesses on there that you have a relationship with, or the places that you like to go and eat, or whatever that case might be. And the more you can welcome these people into your world and make it real, that's amazing because, again, if you've ever moved to a new place, you know how you feel like a fish out of water. And this is going to be a very comforting and very helpful thing that's going to do a lot of good. Now, this ultimately is a long game because we're not going to get big numbers on this. There's only just so many people who move into a new neighborhood or a new city at any given time, right? So this is a long game, but this is a white space, right? Nobody's doing this. So that's it. We're going to go over to my computer now. I'm going to bring that up and I'll show you where to go and what to do. And now you know what to do. I'm just going to show you how to get the information. Okay, cool. All right, here we are at our good friend Google's house. And we are going to go to a website that you have definitely heard of before. And that website is Zillow.com, right? The real estate website. So here's what we're going to do. This is really simple. We're going to go right here to buy. And you can just hover on this. You don't have to click. And then you scroll down and we want to go to recent home sales right here. See it? So we click on recent home sales. Now, I'm in Bellevue, Washington, so this works for me. In this search bar here, you can put a zip code or a county or whatever you want to do to make this map down here represent the geographical area that you want to service. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at Bellevue, and you want to make sure that this is on recently sold. Now, since we clicked that, I want that window to go away. Thank you. So when we hover here and we click recent home sales, then I'm going to click off of that. Then this should be on recently sold. But if you come at this another way, then you can always click this drop down and you have all these options here, and we want recently sold. Another thing we want to do is, depending on if it makes a difference to your demographic, like for example, if you were a landscaping company and you know that homes of a particular price range are where your clients typically reside, then you can adjust that. I have this here at $400,000. You can make it anything, right? So you can choose whatever. So let's just go ahead and put it at zero, a $0 minimum price on the home and a $0 maximum price. Number of bedrooms and stuff like this. This would matter if you're a cleaning company. You could probably put this in or something, right? But most important thing, recently sold, and then what type of real estate. So I have this just on houses in this case, okay? And that's probably what you'd want to do. It may not matter, but you can easily figure that out. So when you click on newest, then it's going to show you all the homes in this area that you've chosen that have been sold from the most recent to the least recent. Now, big companies and big corporations, this is important to understand here. Distinction. The big companies with the big money are using big data to do this same type of thing and really hyper target these people, and they're sending them information. But it's taking them a couple weeks to get to this because they're waiting for the data to come in, and they're using this online data where it says, oh, Sally Smith bought a home, la-di-da. It takes time for that data to get in there. Right here, you see that this home's been purchased, and if you keep up on this, then you can get this into their mailbox within a couple days. They probably haven't even moved into the house, right? So you want to be a first mover on this. However, it's right here. Now, depending on your neighborhood, in this case, I think, if we go back 10 days or so, there's about 10 or 15 homes that have been sold, at least at last check. So here we are on 4/2. Today is April 10th, 2018. So this listing's on the 2nd. And so here we are down to the 30th. So these homes right here are about 10 days ago. But you can get, the address is right there. And the date is right there. So here's the date it was sold. There's the address. Done. So you just want to keep up on this. You'll create a template flyer that's just ready to go. And you can put a shipping label on there, a little sticker or handwritten, whatever it is, depending on what you design. And just have these ready to go. And every couple days or however often it makes sense in your market, then you can check for a new address. Oh, there we go. Pull one of your flyers off the stack, put the address on it, throw it in the mail. Boom. And so it occurred to me, you still got to make the flyer. So if you don't have a method for doing that, the one that tool that I like to use, and this is an online tool, but it's a website called canva.com here, C-A-N-V-A. It looks like this. Watch this. Watch how cool this is. Ooh, fancy. So you want to go to canva.com, and you'll have to create an account and log in. It's not a big deal. I don't think they ask for a credit card or anything. This is a really easy to use, groovy tool. So I do have an account, so I'm going to log in. But that's what it'll look like when you see it. Now, when you open this thing up here on top, you can see it has options for a Facebook post, social media, Facebook cover, to do all this. Now, what you want to do is, this is to create images that fit nicely on LinkedIn and things like that, right? So in this case, we're printing an actual paper document on an actual normal size piece of paper. So in Canva here, you want to, by the way, I'm looking up because I have a big monitor up here. I'm trying to stick with you on the camera, but so over to the right, here we click this More button, and then scroll down a little bit. There's social media posts and documents. So these are templates that you can use. So if you don't have some other method of going about that, then this is a great way to start. And I haven't used Canva to make any of these particular, this exact strategy that we're talking about here. But you can figure it out. I'm not going to give a full tutorial here. You do have to upload whatever pictures you want. And over here, you basically just click on this, or double click, I think. Oh, there it goes. I think it's just taking a minute. Yeah, so double click it over here, and it's going to show up here, and then you can start editing it, and it has the tools. So you can find a Canva tutorial on YouTube or something, and it's not hard. The only thing you need to know is whatever images, pictures you want to put on there, a picture of your face or your company logo or whatever, you will have to upload those into the Canva server, like the way you would uploading a picture to Facebook or something, which you can do right here and create a really cool flyer. So I hope this was incredibly helpful for your offline non-digital marketing. We're going back in time and circumventing all those idiots that are using email, like me. So if you'd like to learn more or get more help with your digital marketing or offline marketing, then go ahead and reach out to me. We can set up an appointment, and I can learn more about your business and see what I can do to help you or not. And you can do that at casey@rocket.com is my email address. Rocket, R-A-W-K-E-T-T. And talk to you soon.